Hello, sweet friends, and thank you so much for joining me for another WIP Wednesday where we are continuing our Thrift and Lift blanket. So if you haven't been with us before, we are building a blanket made out of thrifted yarn, and I am blindly picking from these baskets and adding it to our blanket. So let's get started on our first pick. We left off using basket 2, so we're going to start on basket 1 today. I'm in my living room today. I thought it would be nice to have a little change of scenery, so we're doing a little bit of different atmosphere today. So, got basket number 1. Gonna get a good pick. We haven't had a green before. Oh, that makes me so happy. All right, so I'm gonna learn from last time and only do 2 strands because my 3 strands were a little bit too chunky, like holding it 3 thick. So I'm going to, this is the part that I don't know how to do with a ball of yarn, because typically I would work from the inside and the outside, but I'm going to unravel this and double it and then attach 2 strands to continue with the blanket. So I'm going to do that, and we'll see how it goes. I have a cat wandering around here. She's probably going to attack this pile of yarn. It's going to be a mess. Oh, here she comes. Oh, here she comes. Uh-oh. So how is your week going today? You guys have anything fun going on? There's nothing much going on here. Oh, but the weather has cooled down. We had, I know this sounds absolutely silly to say this, but we had some weather, low 60s this morning. So I sat outside all cozy and did some of my morning crochet out there. And that was just a beautiful, beautiful morning. And then my husband and I went to grab some lunch out because we had some errands to run. So we sat outside and ate. It was so nice. So I've really been enjoying that. It was really nice for the last couple days. So thrilled about that. I always love when the winter season starts showing up here in Florida and we get a little bit of a break from the hot weather. So that has been a huge blessing. Really love that. And so that's what's going on with me as far as, big stuff. It's not anything big, but it's pleasant and it's really nice to be in weather like this now. I'm going to finish unraveling this ball of yarn and then fold it over double, and then I'll be back with you when I start my first row of this green color. So I started on the green. I think 2 strands is going to be good. I like it. I'm glad we're getting some different colors finally. Now we're all in the same. We had grays, reds, blues, white. That's what we had. And then last week, the last one we got was the brown eyelash. And that was so nice to add to it because that was a different color. And now we have this green. I'm so excited about that one. So I am, since I'm out in the living room and I have the TV here, I was thinking I would watch a movie, and what I have been wanting to watch was, so on Sundays, I don't know about you, but I know when I get home from church, I just have this like comfy, cozy feel, and what I want to do is I want to sit down and watch Lord of the Rings. I don't know why, but that's like an every Sunday feeling that I want. I hardly ever do it, but that's always the movie that I want to watch. when it's nice and cozy at home, and uh, especially with the weather getting a little bit more chilly. That's really what I wanted to do. So I think that's what I'm going to do today, and put that on and watch a little bit of that. So I'm going to continue with this green, and I'll check back in with you when I am done with this green, and we'll do our next pick. All right, so I'm going to do our next pick from basket 2. Ooh, just some fuzzy, it's like the first color that we started with. It's just some fuzzy pink stuff. So we'll add that. That won't go very far because it's chunky. It'll just make a few little clusters. So we'll do that one. And ready for color number 3 out of basket number 1. So let's see what we get. Ooh, it's velvety grayish blue. I like that one. So this one I'm going to end up holding double, and we'll see how that looks. But let's see if I can find a center pull with this one. All right, let's get started. I'll show you updates as I go. I also know I have mentioned these little tins that I keep necessities in, and I wanted to show you this little video of me putting those together and what I have incorporated into those. It's just a few things that I need for just about every project: a tape measure and some stitch markers. And I also keep a tapestry needle in here, but I didn't show adding it to the tins, but I added those later. And I also keep a pair of little scissors in here. And I wanted to decorate it with some fall stickers because that is my favorite thing, favorite time of year, favorite type of decoration. So I just wanted to add a little bit of that to each of these tins.
I noticed something a little funny about the feeling of this yarn. It almost felt as though it was covered in a powder, even though it wasn't. The texture was really strange, like a dry feeling, and I really have never felt anything like that before. It made my fingers feel like there was some type of a residue on it, even though there wasn't. It was just a very dry yarn. I don't know if you've ever experienced something like that, but I was very happy when I was done working with this one because it had such a strange texture. It was a very different feel compared to this other velvet yarn I used earlier. Since I was out in the living room spending time with my family, I decided to do a few more picks than usual. So I did pick a fourth color, and this one was a lot like the second color that I picked today. So it's a thicker yarn, and it's a very small amount, so it didn't go very far, but I will show you what the end result for this one was. So for pick number 5, I got another gray to add to the blanket of grays and whites. This one, I'm not sure what the fiber was, but it did feel a little wool-like, but I'm not sure if it had wool in it, but it had little fuzzy strands on it. And I got it for $1. And this one worked up really nicely. I ended up splitting it in half and working it double. And this time I learned from the green yarn that I had used first, our first pick from today. And I used my scale so that I could unwind half of the yarn so I knew where my half mark was. And for pick number 6, we got a variegated yarn, and it was a medium 4-weight. My guess would be that it was some type of red heart yarn by the feel and texture and the way that the colors flowed. I would assume it was a red heart value yarn. And this one, I tried to divide it equally in 2 parts so that I could use 2 strands of yarn for this one to get the thickness that I wanted.
Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm so glad to have had you. If you have not already subscribed, I'd love for you to hit that subscribe button. It is free to do that. And also, if you could hit the like button, that would be wonderful as well. Both of those help me so much. And until next time, I hope you have a wonderful week, and I hope you find joy in the little things.